to throws. Throws to first, second, and third. And to start, we're gonna work on just our transfers. So you can do this when you're playing catch, or do it as just a drill, bare hand or with a glove. You can do it with baseball, tennis ball, heavy ball. The thing is, we need to transfer as a catcher in the middle of our chest. So the glove and hand meet right here, and they come to separate, just like that. It's the quickest, most efficient way to transfer the ball without having a good chance to drop the ball. So we're gonna be on our knees or standing if you're playing catch. Your partner will just lob the ball in, just transfer like that. If you're bare hand, just transfer like that. For this next exercise, we're gonna go into our transfers. Instead of just transferring out our chest, we're gonna get into our throwing position to second base, and then just toss the ball to ourselves. We wanna keep in mind that we transfer right at our chest. We're gonna get into our throwing position towards second base. Most of our weight is gonna be on the inside part of our back foot, because that's where we push off of for power. Our front foot is gonna be open just a little bit, going towards our target, which is second base. We're gonna sink down just a little bit into our legs, and we're just gonna toss the ball up and transfer. You can do it with a partner or without a partner, and mix up where the ball is. We wanna always transfer like this with our glove, like that, basically facing your partner or facing away from you. So you can transfer, take it out right there, and be in a good throwing position. First, it can be hard to visualize in your house without being on a field, but we're gonna get into our secondary position. Remember, anytime we're throwing to a base, we wanna receive the ball deep, and we're gonna just let the ball get deep and pivot our feet towards first base. Just imagine where your feet are going, really, because it's hard, unless you're on a field, you basically just want to line your feet up with the base as you would be going to second or third. That's really all it is. There's no huge footwork, it's just a quick turn of the body. For throws to third, it gets a little different. We're going to be in our secondary, and if there's a ball to the left of our right knee, we can get a little bit of a sway going as the pitch is coming. If the ball is over here, we just have to receive it and then go towards the base. If the ball is just about right here or over here to my left, we can get a little bit of a sway going towards the base to make our throw a little quicker, to make our feet move a little quicker. So we get a little sway. Imagining there's a batter right there, we have to go around him, get a sway, and then go. If we have to wait, we simply just wait, catch it, and then go. Footwork to third base is kind of like first. We're just swinging out around the batter and going straight towards the base. Remember to stay low when you do go, and do practice going from first, second, and third. For the last throwing drill you can do, especially at home, just find any line, find anything. It could be a carpet going over to wood, it could be any just straight line, and put your body in the center of it, and put your feet, one foot on one part, on one side of the line, the other foot on the other side. And basically we want to get into our throwing motion towards second base, so we gain a little bit of ground and our feet our toes are on the line. So right here they cut the grass, and there's a shade of grass that I put my feet on. So I get both of my toes in line, which is the most important thing. If you don't have a line, make sure your toes just get in line with each other. You can do this with or without a ball. Someone can throw it, lob it to you. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Just make sure your toes always get in line, and we gain a little bit of ground. For this next video, we're gonna do how to field a bunt correctly. For the first drill, just have the ball a little right in the middle, but a little closer to your front foot. We're gonna be bent at the knees, not at the back. Bent at the knees, bend down. And I'm gonna bring my glove and hand together. Using this part of the glove to scoop it in to my hand. Getting it, staying in a bent position and throwing to first. We're gonna do a drill for fielding bunts. You can also do this with blocking. For blocking, you would just pop down and then go up the line. For bunting, we're gonna do this for bunting. Start in your primary or secondary. We're gonna stay low and shuffle throughout the whole line of balls and pick them up correctly. Correctly is the ball just in front of the center of your body, bending at the knees, picking it up. So I'm gonna shuffle the whole way, staying low in my legs and not bending over my back. For this one, we're gonna cover how to field a bunt where we have to spin around when the ball goes up the third base line and throw to first. So if this is the ball that gets bunted up the third base line, I'll start here. And what I have to do is come around the ball, pick it up, and then find my target. So one more time, I'm coming around the ball, getting into that same position that we practiced, pick it up, find my target, which would probably be first base. So all you can do, you can have someone roll the bunts or you can roll it yourself. And when it goes to your left, which is probably up the third base line, we're gonna get around it, pick it up properly, stay low, and go towards first base. We're gonna start with the receiving lead ups that most of you probably know. So we're gonna start barehanded. This goes for your primary and your secondary. So we're gonna go bare hand, have someone feed you, just do it slowly, work on keeping your elbow low and not reaching for the ball, not catching it too deep. Keep a bent arm, a strong arm, strong wrist, and mix up the location, right? So we're gonna start our hand at the bottom of the strike zone so that we start at where the hardest pitch is and we can move everywhere, right? So there's 3 pitches that we can work on: inside, away, and right here. We can mix up low and high, but the 3 locations are when we catch it like this, down here, come up through it, or have to go reach and get it, okay? What's up, guys? So first we're gonna start with our barehanded lead ups. This goes for whatever you're doing in your primary or your secondary, right? So we're gonna do it barehanded. Someone's gonna flip you about 6 to 10 balls, and they're gonna work the inside, middle, and away pitches, right? So you can go high, low, but inside where we catch it like this, getting around the ball, getting under the ball if it's middle, and getting under the ball if it's away, but reaching out a little more to try and steal that strike, right? We're gonna start in our primary, do about 6 to 10 there, and remember we wanna keep that elbow rested on the knee. Give a good low target, right? Our other hand stays out of the way so it can't get hit by the ball, right? So now we're gonna use our glove. Just like when we're doing bare hand, we wanna stay soft and receive the ball gently. When we go out and get it, it's just too hard and the ball has a better chance at just falling or us not catching it correctly. So just a reminder, when we get into our primary, we want to try and get as low as we can and give a good, nice target for the pitcher. When we get into our secondary, we want to be about a shoulder width apart and our right foot back just a little bit. Our butt is just below 90 degrees and we still give that good target, hiding our other hand so that it can't get hit. So same thing, we're going to underhand the ball. so we're nice and soft. We're not gonna throw it overhand yet. So we give a good target, remain nice and soft, and receive the ball. Do about 6 to 10 reps of this, mixed location, and then do secondary, primary and secondary. For this last drill, which will be a rapid fire drill, you can do it with your bare hand or with a glove, and you can use weighted balls, baseballs, or tennis balls, or a mixture of all three at once. And the point is to develop a good skill of just reaction instead of thinking about where the ball is coming. So we're gonna stay in either you can do it in either primary or secondary with or without the glove, but the point is to fire them in pretty quickly, as you'll see, and develop a reaction instead of a thought. So now we're gonna go into our blocking drills. When we're blocking, we're always starting, we're gonna be in our secondary, right? So there's gonna be a runner on base, or it's gonna be 2 strikes. So we're gonna be in our secondary anytime we're blocking, which means we're feet shoulder width apart, but right below 90, and we're still giving a good target. The first drill we're gonna do, we're gonna start on our knees. Start on our knees, our feet are flapped out so they're flat with the ground. We're gonna start with a tall chest and to target out to the pitcher as if we were actually gonna receive a ball. Then we're gonna, as the ball is coming, we're gonna follow it with our eyes and our glove down into a blocking position. Our chest should not be too far forward where we're losing balance or too tall. We want a good slight angle to allow the ball to bounce right in front of us and get as much room as we can. My elbows and arms are gonna tuck in to get rid of that space, and my eyes will follow the ball down, tucking the chin in so we can't get hit in the neck. Our free hand goes right behind the glove so we can't break our hand, right? The next drill we're gonna do is for blocking again. And when we block, we want our glove to hit the ground first, because then everything else follows. So this drill is just for that. We start in our secondary, feet shoulder width apart, right foot slightly open and just a little back in our secondary, but our glove and hand behind the glove are gonna start on the ground. Then the ball is gonna get thrown and everything else is gonna follow downward into a good posture, right? So glove starts down on the ground, eyes are looking at the ball, and then we gain a little ground. Chin tucks in, chest is just slightly over, not too far back, not too far over, so we have good balance. This is the next step after the first drill of where we're just watching it into the glove. So for this next and last blocking exercise, you're gonna set up 5 balls right in front of you, and we're gonna block, and it's great with a partner, but you can do it without a partner. It's gonna be dry reps, so no balls are gonna be coming at you. Just gonna set up 5 balls in front of you. The one in the middle is just a ball down the middle, and then you have 2 to your right, 2 to your left. The point of the drill is to be able to get your hips around and move the hips to see how far out you can get. If you're with a partner, you can number the balls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 being down the middle. Your partner will just randomly call out a few balls. If you're by yourself, just challenge yourself to get around as many balls as you can. Do it as quick as possible, but still maintaining good form. So if I was to block a ball down the middle, I'm gonna get into my secondary and go straight down. So that's number 3. If I'm going to the right, I'm gonna drive off of the inside of my left foot and swing my hips around. If I'm going to my left, I'm gonna drive off my left foot and get my hips around the ball. we always want to block the ball back to home plate. So if we're at number 4, we're going to position ourselves where the ball could be going back towards home plate. So we would get around the ball. Same thing with a ball like number 2, we would end up getting around the ball.